Agawa, and I'm Filipino. I'm also very new to YouTube. So right now I'm sneaking out for a coffee break to be with you guys. As you know, teaching people from all over the world is something that's fun for me to do. But at the moment, you are my priority. So why don't we both get a mug or a cup of hot coffee, tea, or chocolate, and let's get started. Alright, welcome back to the show. Alright, so basically there is this growing concern among some of my friends and even students regarding the education of their children, particularly if their children will be studying from home with them. And today I'd like to tell you how homeschooling felt like from a homeschooled person's perspective. Okay. So, how was it like for me back then? During that time, online classes were of course non-existent. And even if I was studying from home, I still had to make sure that I would write down my to-do list on a goal chart. But despite the sense of accomplishment that came with ticking off the tasks that had been completed on my to-do list, as a teenager and somebody who was outgoing, I also had this foreboding fear of not knowing if I was already lagging behind my classmates. Perhaps this is something that you and your children can relate to, particularly if you already get into the rhythm of studying from home. It did not help at all that some of my parents' friends were warning me that I would grow up into a hermit. Thank God that never happened. Anyway, we've already reached our 3 tips! Tip number 1! Watch out for when your kids start exhibiting signs of anxiety. So moms and dads, make sure that your kids still get adequate interaction, conversation within the family, as well as with trustworthy peers. And if you're a Christian, make sure that your children... Ano ba tong buhok kong to? And if you are Christians, then you might as well also start breakfast or dinner with a word of encouragement. It's direct from the Word of God. And I can't stress this enough. My father made sure of that, and so did my mom. And so to them, I'm so grateful. Tip number 2. Make a clear division between study time and family time. With your work and your kids' studies now enmeshed together due to the availability and accessibility of the internet, life inside the home has now become so porous that there is no clear delineation anymore between these things. And as a result, based on first-hand experience, it can make life so stressful. You're not the only ones going through a rough transition these days. So are your kids. So make sure to set a time for your work and for your kids' study time. If one of you guys as parents needs to be at the office as part of the skeletal workforce and you're the one left at home, then maybe you can create a family group chat or GC where you can keep tabs on the progress of your children so that they know that from this time to this time, it's study time. And when you see that they've finished all of their homework, or if not most of it, or they've been so focused for several hours, then here's the catch. Reward them! That's right! Have a break, both you and your kids. Let them know that there is a time to also relax. And this would prepare them for the next leg of their lessons. The point here is not to be overly lenient. It's just to make sure that there is a time for breathing. And maybe you can get back to work or study, well, for your kids. And that would make life much more bearable and enjoyable for you while you study and work from home. And we're down to tip number 3. Create a dedicated workspace. What in the world? David Roy of Phys.com suggests that parents set up a dedicated workspace or work area for their child or children. You can at least set a corner or a space inside your house that is dedicated to learning. One of the things that I really appreciate my parents doing for me and my siblings back then was to have a table or tables created just for the sake of our studies. Creating this dedicated workspace will make your kids feel as though their school has not invaded the entire sanctity of your home. So parents, try this at home so that you would help your children know you're supporting them in their studies, as well as making them feel that the rest of the house can be a place for them to relax in. Boundaries are also important inside the house so that you know when it's time to study and when it's time to relax, or where to study and relax. Alrighty. If anything, I hope that this transition to studying from home can be a chance for you and your children to spend more time, more quality time with each other, as well as an exciting time for your kids to learn more integrity and independence, as neither are you nor their teachers going to be there to supervise them 24/7, right? Okay guys, I had such a good time chatting with you that I almost forgot I still have another class. So this is again Joannie Agawa reaching out to you with words of encouragement and help, and hopefully next time I can also be able to prepare some tips for business English coaching, or even things that are relevant to you these days. So again, thank you so much for spending time with me. This was awesome, and I'll see you again, guys. Bye!